Hey everybody, this is Kenny here of Triple Threat Wrestling Radio, and joining me is my guest at this time. She's an indie pro wrestler. She is doing big things in the Northeast area. Her name is Delmi Exo. She is with me right now. What's going on, Delmi?
Hi, what's up?
I'm doing all right, and thank you so much for joining me for this interview. I truly appreciate it.
Oh, of course, no problem.
All right, so let's go ahead and begin. How did you got started into wrestling? How did it all started off for you?
Well, my sister and her friend Juan had wanted to start training for wrestling, and they had looked at a few schools, and they're all far away or pricey. So we were really like considering where to go. And how it all began was we were at a live event for WWE, and they were like leaving already to go to parking because the parking gets like filled up real quick, to leave for events. So I was like wearing the wrong shoes that day. And I was like walking behind them, and this guy was handing out flyers for an indie show. And what had happened was my sister contacted him and asked if they trained anyone, and he put us in contact with Doug Summers, who is our trainer now.
That's an interesting story. I guess it's just a matter of being at the right place at the right time, and you feel like this is something that you wanted to do, and now here you are doing what you love to do. Um, so what was the training process like as she was learning moves, learning angles, and things like that? What was the training process like?
We started off really slow, where we worked with basics for months. It was just basic chaining around, wrestling, really grounded, like submissions and holds, and trying to find reversals for it, running the ropes, simple things like that, bumping. He really wanted to have us get the basics down before moving up and doing crazy moves that most people do.
That's pretty cool. And obviously, like everyone else, now with the training, because I've talked to female wrestlers on many occasions, and for the most
Uh-huh.
part, they be the only females training with a bunch of guys, and there'll be like one or two women going through training. Was that something that you went through when you was training, or was it like more women than men? Like what was the amount of wrestlers that you was with, both male and female?
It was just me and my sister for girls, and then there were about 7 other guys with us.
And how did the guys feel like having to train with you and her? Like, did they feel like they had to take it on easy on you because you're female, or were you just like just treat me like everybody else?
No, actually, they were really nice to us at first. Um, we're like, they understood like we'd have limitations. Like obviously we can't pick them up right off the bat. But with everything else, like taking an elbow drop, you're gonna get elbow drop. Getting avalanched in the corner, they're coming at you full force. Everything else is just heads on. But they were really nice for the most part. There wasn't any like animosity in the group. We were all really close.
That's very encouraging. Because it feels like with women wrestling, women wrestlers, they got to work twice as hard than the guys, just to get themselves out there, get the respect that they deserve. And I respect women wrestling.
Oh, thank you.
I respect what you ladies are able to do, and that you get ladies put your bodies on the line, and in order to entertain the fans, and make them satisfied. And I feel like women wrestling is at an all time high these days. Um,
Yeah,
it's
definitely.
definitely at an all time high, and I will say this as a WWE fan, it's just nice to see that the Divas division has become relevant for the first time in a long time, and that the NXT Women's roster is at an all-time high as well, fresh off of Bayley and Sasha Banks from their match.
I know.
At
they killed it.
From their match at Brooklyn to the Iron Man match at NXT TakeOver Respect. I guess my only issue is that they label it Iron Man match when it's two women in the match. That's probably my only. They could have just called it Iron Woman. I'm a bit bothered by that, but at the end, it's how they perform, and they deserve that main event. They deserve that moment, and good for them. Good for them too.
Yeah.
So, how would you best describe your wrestling style when you out there performing? You consider yourself technical style or submission or high flying? Like, how would you best describe your wrestling style?
Honestly, I think when you start off, you don't have a style. You want to do what you can. You don't really want to focus on, like, I'm going to pick a style and own it. You really just, you start off small, and then when you feel comfortable to a certain style, that's where you'll lean towards as you get older into the business and more comfortable. Right now, I guess I'm technical because I know more reversals and holds, and I keep my opponents grounded. But who's to say, like, I won't become a powerhouse in a few years, you know? I don't want to limit myself by saying one technique.
That's pretty cool. I guess it's just a matter of what you can do, what you can't do, and then as your career progress, you feel more comfortable doing some different type of moves, then add that to your arsenal. And I guess you got to start somewhere, and to see what you can do, because not everybody's going to do every single move, and you're not going to have time to do every single move that's out there. Every match has a limit as far as how long the match is going to go. So I guess it's just a matter of making the most of that time and making it happen. So for every sport, there's a rival, whether it's teams or whether it's individuals. Who do you consider your biggest rival? That one person that you want to get your hands on the most,
I would have to say Tequila Rose. I don't know if you've heard of her. She debuted like a month before me, and we've had some run-ins. So, yeah, she's definitely the one she has the same abilities as me, and I feel like we're thinking the same thing, so I have to put that much more of an effort to definitely get around her. We have Twitter wars where we argue with each other. It's not safe.
Oh yeah. The gotta love the social media fighting words, trying to build the match up and everything. That makes it even more intriguing, considering social media has definitely grown throughout the years, and it's another way of spreading the word on you as characters and the shows itself. So hey, I like it. Like, bring in the fighting words, bring it. I'm not hiding. And we're gonna see each other in that ring. So I love it. I do. If you can have a dream match, Delmi, it could be any female or male, dead or alive, indie or pro. What would your dream match be? Who would your opponent be in that dream match?
Well, I think the obvious for females would be like Trish Stratus or Lita, so I'm going to pick someone like who's less chosen. I would say Maria Kanellis.
Oh, okay. That's an interesting choice there. I like Maria. She's definitely
so sweet.
I met her before at an autograph signing. I think she was there at Chris Masters, and you're right. She's definitely a sweetheart, and
Yeah,
she
she's done so much since WWE. I like her idea of the business, and I looked up to her as a little kid because she was the shy character,
oh yeah,
in WWE,
oh yeah.
and that's definitely me. So I felt like I was being represented in a way, like, oh, there's someone like me on TV, and I related to her.
Oh, she was quite the character. She was very bubbly, and some people may not have liked it, but I don't know. I like the character, and then she evolved. She definitely improved as a wrestler, um,
Yeah,
especially after her WWE career. Maybe she didn't get enough opportunities, and I guess there was a transition with the Divas division at the time. Um, but hey, she's doing big things now. She's with Mike Bennett, Ring of Honor, doing big things, and
yeah.
you know, and she's awesome. That's I can't go further than that. So why don't you go ahead, Demi, promote some shows, what you got coming up, upcoming opponents. Where can people catch you in the coming weeks and the coming months?
Okay, I guess I'll promote November because there's a lot of shows in November already. So November 7th, I'll be at PvP, which is Pioneer Valley Pro in Hadley, Massachusetts. I have yet to find out who I'm facing, so I'm nervous for that one. November 14th, I will be at APW, Atlantic Pro Wrestling in Newburyport, Massachusetts, and it's going to be a 4-on-4 Survivor Series elimination match. November 15th, I'll be at Lucky Pro Wrestling for the Kings and Queens tournament in Clinton, Massachusetts. And Tessa Blanchard's actually going to be there. So if anyone wants to go, Havok from TNA is going to be there. And so is... They brought in someone else. I can't remember if she... No, Taylor Hendricks actually isn't going to be there. Sorry about that. November 21st, I'll be at Hispanic Alliance Wrestling Association in Springfield, Massachusetts. And November 22nd, NECW is bringing back Women's World Wrestling. And it's pretty cool because I actually looked into this promotion when I was starting to train. So to be a part of it now that they're bringing back is an all-time dream of mine.
That's awesome. She's pretty much going to be all over the Northeast come next month. So make sure you all go check her out and the upcoming shows. And please promote and support your local indie wrestling companies at a city near you. There are some indie shows. It's just a matter of looking and asking around. Indie wrestling is the heartbeat that keeps wrestling going. A lot of the wrestlers that you see on TV, they didn't just start wrestling anywhere. Most of them had to start on the indie scene, performing in small venues, small crowds before working their way up. And who knows, you go to an indie show, you just may see that next big star. You never know until you go to these shows. So please support your local indie wrestling shows. Especially go support Delmi and the rest of the Northeast people out there. Now, as far as social media goes, why don't you go ahead and promote your social media links, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or any other links out there that people can keep in touch with you.
Okay. Yeah, I promote the shows on social media, so if you didn't catch what I listed, I always post about it. So my Twitter and Instagram is Pure Delmi, and then my Facebook is Delmi Eli Madrano, and you'll know it's me because I have myself on the display picture. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I noticed I'm reading your Facebook and I noticed there's a T-shirt. Hashtag
Oh, yeah.
TC Stars. It's you and Ashley, I believe it was. That's an interesting T-shirt. I almost felt like it was the Little Mermaid for a moment, minus the red hair. But
Yeah.
yeah. Please explain about this Sea Stars that you got going on.
Okay, well, Team Sea Stars is a tag team between me and my sister, who is Ashley Vox. And basically, she is an aqua girl kind of gimmick, so she's the sea to the name, and then I'm more of a starfire kind of character, so I bring in the star to it, and if you say it, it kind of sounds like you're saying sister.
Oh, I see now. That's a cool name, and
Yeah.
that's it's a nice look, and it's got that Powerpuff Girls feel to it. Minus the third person. Y'all got your hands clapping and whatever. So
Yeah.
shout out to Ashley, and if she wants to do an interview, definitely will be interested for sure. Um, Delmi, thank you for your time doing this interview with me. I truly appreciate it. You got any final words you want to say to fans that supported you since the beginning? Go right ahead.
Well, thank you for having me on for this interview, and for any fans, just thank you guys for your support. You guys have a big part in what we do, and we're always thankful to see you guys at the show saying hi to us, like when we're packing the ring or during intermission. So thank you so much for that. Please support indie wrestling, and I will see you at the next coming events. Thank you.
All right, thank you everyone for tuning in, and check out Triple Threat Wrestling Radio on Thursdays at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific on TMV Cafe. Thank you everyone for listening.